Defined as uncertainty. Gharar refers to any transaction of probable items whose existence and characteristics are not certain due to lack of information. All business transactions should be transparency. There are two types of gharar. The first one is gharar yasir. This type of gharar is tolerate and will not invalidate the contract. The second one is gharar fahish. This type of gharar is not tolerate and may result in contract voidability.
It is important not to use gharar interchangeably with the broad concept of fees. Gharar is prohibited, but not all types of gharar is prohibited. Avoiding the causes of gharar results in clearing ambiguity and reducing risk. There are 4 causes of gharar. First, uncertainty of ownership and possession. Second, inadequacy and accuracy of information. Third, interdependent and conditioning contracts. And last, poor games of chance.
Okay, there are 2 types of gharar. The first one is fahish and the second one is yasir. Okay, let's see the example of fahish first.
Hello.
Hello.
What fish do you have today?
Today we have red fish, black river fish, mackerel fish, and we have another seafood such as crab.
Oh, so do you have crab now? What crab do you have?
The fresh crab that we have is Chesapeake crab.
Oh, sounds good. So, can I see it now?
Oh, I'm sorry, but we will bring the crab next week. But if you are interested in buying the crab, you must research and pay first.
So if I pay now, I will get next week.
Yes.
Okay, as we can see, this type of gharar can damage the akad. Okay, and excessive gharar can lead to void the contract. Okay, now let's see the example of gharar yasir.
Yeah, are you okay? Where is it?
Over here.
Do you want to see the doctor?
Okay, let's go.
Let's go. Let's see.
May I help you?
I think my ankle is hurt.
Okay. Do you have any other symptoms?
I don't know, I just feel so bad over here.
Okay, let me see your ankle first. Okay. So let's do the X-ray first. We have done the X-ray. The result will come later. I will call you back around 30 minutes.
Okay.
And I will tell you the result later.
Okay. Okay, doctor.
Thank you. You can go now.
Okay.
Hello again. So, based on your X-ray, okay, so this is your medicine, and this is your receipt. So overall, you need to pay around 400 ringgit.
Okay, as you can see, this type of gharar did not damage the akad because it can justify and it can be considered.
Now we knew what is meant by uncertainty or gharar and why it is prohibited in Islam. Everything that Islam prohibits has its own reasons. So the reason for the prohibits of gharar or uncertainty are: for the first one, there will be a quarrel that can cause hostility between the two parties involved in the transaction. For the second one, uncertainty or gharar will result in injustice and the loss of assets of both parties. For the last one, gharar will also cause the parties involved to bear the risk they should avoid. In conclusion, we can argue that transactions in Islam must be free from gharar or uncertainty. This is not only due to inherent injustice in this mechanism, but it will create social harm in the form of inflation, unemployment, volatility, and instability.